friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
We're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So that is something that interests you. Please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And now it's time for movie and TV news and pulp culture discussion. It's going to be a big one, folks, because, we have a lot of ground to cover after being off last week. So let's jump right in. So first up, we have The Equalizer with Queen Latifah has been renewed for 2 more seasons on CBS.
Wow.
Not just 1, but 2. And I, for one, because I'm a fan of the show, can be more pleased. So, yay, more Equalizer. Also, another one I like, which is the newer one, though, Minx. They have been renewed for season 2 on HBO Max.
Yeah, well,
so we have more naked men to look forward to.
More naked men. Woo!
Christopher Walken has joined Dune Part 2, along with Florence Pugh and Austin Butler. So we still have that movie to look forward to. They have not started filming it yet. I assume it's going to be later this year. So hopefully those who are into it will see it next year at some point.
So I like Dune. I love the first one. And I thought the second one was okay. But Dune was a book.
Right.
So how is this second movie?
I just assume, I haven't seen I never saw this new one with Timothy Olyphant. I just assumed maybe the movie that you saw was only half the book is how I was taking it. But I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
That where it ended, maybe it wasn't even the full book yet. That's why they need to finish off
the book is huge.
Yeah, so maybe that is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just the rest of the book that they're playing out now.
If I would have read the book, I would know, but I haven't read it, so I don't know.
So we're
anyway,
both like,
maybe.
Right? But he's the right blend of weird.
Yes, he is.
He'll blend right in. We love us some Christopher Walken.
Yes, we do.
Then Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastain.
Han?
Did I say Han? Oh, well, sorry. Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastain are set to star in Mother's Instinct about 60s-era housewives whose lives begin to unravel after a tragic accident shatters the perfect harmony of their lives.
Oh.
That sounds interesting.
That does sound interesting.
And those two, to my knowledge, I don't think I've ever acted together before, so...
Oh, no, I don't think so.
New.
And so is this a movie?
It's going to be a movie, yes.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Bridgerton Season 3 will jump ahead to Book 4 next season and focus on Penelope and Colin's love story. So for those who don't know, so far they've been following the book in order with Book 1 and 2, but now they're going to skip over Book 3, which is Benedict's story, and go right to Colin's story, which is Book 4, which is fine. I'm not mad at it, as long as we do come back to Benedict, because that is a character that I really have enjoyed. So, I do love Penelope. Colin, for me, is very blah right now, so they need to infuse him with some personality.
Oh, okay.
Because he's just not one of my favorite siblings at all right now.
I have not seen it yet.
Right, but I do love Penelope, so hey. A Simple Favor is getting a sequel with returning stars Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick.
Oh, seriously?
This is surprising. Rochelle and I both read this book, and the first movie encompassed the whole book, so they're going to be going off book script, I guess, for the sequel. I don't know where it's supposed to go. For those who don't know, it ended with Blake Lively's character in jail, so maybe it's just when she gets out, and then just more... I guess hijinks ensue with manipulations, I should say, ensue with her character.
Or she comes back for, who knows?
Yeah, that'll be interesting. But we did enjoy it, so hey.
I did. I really liked it. Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be good. A Cinderella limited series is in the works from producer Jennifer Lopez and Netflix. Gosh, how many Cinderellas have there been in our lives?
Let's see how we can change this up.
So many. This will be the first series, though. Usually they're just straight up movies. So hey, we'll see what Jennifer does.
Well, there might be a lot of dancing and
that's
singing.
True. I'm sure she'll up the dancing part. That's true. That is very true.
Yeah, it could be fun.
So Hayden Panettiere is rejoining Scream for movie 6. For those who are in on the Scream franchise, her character was last seen in Scream number 4. I, for one, am excited. I did like her character, and this will be Hayden's first, acting job in years since all of her troubles in her personal life. So
wasn't her name Hayden Panettiere?
I always thought it was pronounced Panettiere.
Maybe so. Okay, so, I was just curious because I thought I'd heard it pronounced that way. So, but you would know, not me.
I like to think I would know. So, but if y'all out there need to correct me, it's
no,
fine,
say it again.
Panettiere.
Panettiere. No, I think you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So looking forward to that. Reba McEntire and also Jensen Ackles of Supernatural fame has joined Big Sky for season 3. That show, I'm honestly surprised. As I've said, I started watching it in season 1, but I was mad when they killed off one of the main people really quickly, and I just dropped it. So the fact that it's already going into a season 3.
Yeah, I haven't. I started watching it too, and I was intrigued. I liked it, and I don't know what happened, but
It's kind of, yeah.
wow, it's season 3. Woo!
Right? It's like, wow, just kind of dropped off. So this is big news. Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren will star in the next Yellowstone prequel. It will be called 1932 and will follow the Duttons near the end of Prohibition and the Great Depression. The fact that they got these two big stars to do a TV series, even though I know it's a one and done, just like 1883 was, I think is awesome. I mean, Harrison Ford, I don't think he's ever done TV, so I think that's awesome.
Right.
And this one, when I see this one, Rochelle over here.
Yes, yes, I'm
was
excited.
a big fan of 1883. I might actually watch this, but we'll see, just because of who's in it. But we'll see. Again, you know, these things in certain periods don't draw me in. But I do actually like other things that are during the Great Depression.
Well, you like the Yellowstone.
I like Yellowstone, but I wasn't into watching 1883.
Right. Yeah, and
but being 1932. And the Great Depression time, that actually is a time period I think I'd be fine watching. So.
Okay. Well, and you probably catch on quick to what, how that led up to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You never know. And then finally with news, we have just some canceled series I just want to make note of that, got the big axe in the last week. Magnum P.I., which honestly shocked me. I was like, wow, they're getting rid of that already. Our Kind of People, which I know I told you I was on the struggle bus off and on with that show, but it really did grab me toward the end.
Oh.
So I was, and it ended on a cliffhanger, of course, and now we're never going to know who shot who. So dang it, I was really sad to see that got canceled. Also the show The Endgame on NBC. That was one that looked very Blacklist-like, and that was why I never watched it. And again, my dad was a watcher of this, and he did tell me, again, it was one of those mysteries, like the Blacklist, where there's more questions, and of course, now that it's canceled, you're not going to get any answers. So I'm glad I never partook in that show.
Yeah.
Then we have Good Sam, Legacies, which has been on the CW forever. It seems like, anyway, it was a spinoff of the Vampire Diaries, which was a favorite of mine. That's been canceled. Roswell, New Mexico, Legends, and then also Keenan and Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor was stupid. I watched like one episode of that.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So I understand why that was canceled. There was more than that. I'm just mentioning a few there. I think there was like 38 in all that they got rid of.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy town.
That is crazy
town. So,
but I haven't seen any of that, so I'm not sad.
Well, fine, because it's just me with the few that
No,
I
you're the
seen.
best.
So, and when fall comes, we'll go over all the new things that are coming out at that point. But with canceling so much stuff, I can't wait to see what's coming up. Although I do know ABC, I read, is trying to focus more on reality TV. Why? Because they're dumb. But that's we like our reality TV, but to make that a main focus is a little weird to me.
I agree.
But that's either here or there.
Too much reality.
Right. So, of course, again, due to me being out next week, we're going to go through movies and TV shows out last week and then this week. So, for last week, we have Firestarter. This is in theaters and also on the Peacock Network, which is where I'll be watching it, and stars Zac Efron, Kira Armstrong, Zac Efron and Kira Armstrong. So, a couple desperately try to hide their daughter, Charlie, from a shadowy federal agency that wants to harness her unprecedented gift for turning fire into a weapon of mass destruction. Her father taught her how to diffuse her power, but as Charlie turns 11, the fire becomes harder and harder to control. When a mysterious operative finally finds the family, he tries to seize Charlie once and for all, but she has other plans. Now, this is a remake of the 80s movie that starred Drew Barrymore as a child, and I'm interested in this. I never did see the first one, except for in parts. So, I'll just probably watch this on Peacock, since I have Peacock and that's where it's at. So, I'll let y'all know what I think when I get to that. Then we have The Lincoln Lawyer. This is a series on Netflix and stars Manuel Garcia Rolfo and Nev Campbell of Scream fame. Idealistic lawyer Mickey Haller runs his practice out of the back of his Lincoln Town car, taking on cases big and small across Los Angeles. Again, this is a remake. We just love our remakes. This is the remake.
It is not. I'm just going to tell you right now, I started watching it, and it is not Matthew McConaughey-ish. I don't know. I guess got to keep going.
If you remember, though, it is based off a book. So maybe the one that Matthew didn't follow the book as well as the series is. So maybe that's...
Maybe.
Or is it more so the vibe that you feel is just...
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of hokey, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh.
Like it didn't grab me, but that's me. It
Okay.
did, but here's the thing. I just watched the first episode, so he was just. I'm not giving away anything, but he gets called in by a judge, and then it's just like, so do you know why I called you in here? No, but and then he's got 2 ex-wives that he's kind of still friends with. It's weird. They're attorneys, which is Nev Campbell. Mm-hmm. She's one of them, and she's like, well, do you know this person? Well, he was killed, and he left you his practice and all his clients. It's like, well, I don't really know him or why or anyway. It's just, and then it was kind of like no big deal. It was just kind of weird.
Okay, well, I do want to watch it, so I guess I'll have to see what I think of it, if it grabs me or not. Then we have the movie Senior Year on Netflix, and this stars Rebel Wilson. So a high school cheerleader falls into a coma before her prom. 20 years later, she awakens and wants to return to high school to reclaim her status and become prom queen. This actually is one I watched. I'll let you know what I think about it a little bit later. Then we
watched?
I did watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So The Essex Serpent. This is a limited series on Apple TV with Tom Hiddleston and Claire Danes. So newly widowed Cora, having been released from an abusive marriage, relocates from Victorian London to a small village in Essex. Intrigued by a local superstition that a mythical creature known as the Essex Serpent has returned to the area.
I want to see this. In fact,
I kind of do too.
I tried to watch it, but it hadn't started yet. And so anyway, but it's out now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, you can. It came out last week, so yeah. Okay. So it is Apple, though, so I guess it'll be a weekly thing.
Yeah.
That's the downside of that.
I know. Stupid Apple.
And then lastly for last week, we have Hacks, Season 2 on HBO Max starring Gene Smart. Haven't checked this out yet, but this is a show about a dark mentorship forming between Deborah Vance, a legendary Las Vegas comic, and an entitled outcast 25-year-old comedy writer. So if you guys have been watching that, Season 2 is now out, so you can keep going. I'm on the fence about ever seeing that, so...
Yeah, did you see any of it? Mm-hmm. I didn't either.
I haven't, so we'll have to see. For this week,
Yay!
First up, we have Downton Abbey, A New Era. This is in theaters and stars Maggie Smith, Michelle Dockery, and Elizabeth McGovern. So the Crawley family goes on a grand journey to the south of France to uncover the mystery of the Dowager Countess's newly inherited villa.
Yay! I'm so excited. I just love Downton Abbey.
She does, as we know. She loves
it.
Loves it. Then we have Men. This is in theaters and stars Jessie Buckley. So in the aftermath of a personal tragedy, Harper retreats alone to the beautiful English countryside, hoping to find a place to heal. However, someone or something from the surrounding woods appears to be stalking her. What begins as simmering dread soon becomes a fully formed nightmare inhabited by her darkest memories and fears.
So we saw this.
Yeah, we saw this trailer. And I'd seen it probably twice before, but it is creepy.
It's right up my alley, so...
It is really...
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm sure she'll see it before I will, because I know it'll give me nightmares, is what I can tell by watching the trailer. So she'll have to tell us, or you go out there and tell us what you think of it. Then we have another thing that I love watching, and I'm so glad it's finally... Season 3 on Netflix of Who Killed Sarah. Finally, last season, we're going to get finally all the answers. This is the Spanish language series that I got into last year. Can't believe there's a Season 3. I honestly thought... They answered Who Killed Sarah technically in Season 2, but there was more to it than what we saw. And so Season 3 is supposed to answer all those questions and that be the end of it. So I'm excited. It's a good show, guys. You should check it out.
Yeah, I did see some of it too. And of course, shocking. I haven't finished it.
I do watch it dubbed in English, and it's great. It's so good. It's great. It's great. Then we have Now and Then. This is a series on Apple TV. So this is set in Miami and is in Spanish and English. So a multi-layered thriller that explores the differences between youthful aspirations and the reality of adulthood when the lives of a group of college friends are forever changed after a celebratory weekend ends up with one of them dead. Now this is really right up my alley because this sounds a lot like I Know You Did Last Summer.
Right.
With adults.
Yes. Yes.
So I am here for it. So this is one I will definitely put on my list to check out. Then we have the Time Traveler's Wife series on HBO Max that stars Theo James of Divergent fame, love him, and Rose Leslie of Game of Thrones fame, love her. So Claire and Henry's love story involves a marriage with one problem, time travel. Again, this is a remake.
Yeah.
It's based off a book, but it is a remake of the movie in the early 2000s, I want to say, that starred Rachel
Rachel
McAdams
Yeah.
and Eric.
I did see that show. I did see that
I'm
one.
forgetting his name. Anyway, he played Hulk at one point. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name.
Bana.
Anyway, here you go, Eric Bana. You're right. So, and I really liked the movie. I never read the book, but I heard so many complaints that the book or the movie didn't follow the book really at all. Apparently, the series will. So, if those of you who have read the book were disappointed in that, hey, I heard this is the series for you. So, I will watch the series regardless.
Look really cute.
It looks really cute.
It does.
Theo James is really cute. It's sad. I honestly do watch anything that he's in. I realize I found myself like things I would find like randomly on like
He's
Netflix
more of a
or whatever.
serious actor.
I was like, I'll watch that. Weird, Anywho. Then we have Conversations with Friends. This is a limited series on Hulu with Joe Alwyn, Allison Oliver, and Jemima Kirk, who's from that TV show Girls. And Joe, fun fact, we don't know, that is Taylor Swift's boyfriend of the last few years. Mm-hmm. He's really he's a nice British guy.
Oh.
So, at Melissa's birthday party, Frances finds herself alone with Nick, played by Joe Alwyn. They can't resist the attraction between them and kiss. Frances agonizes over what this all might mean. Yeah, this is not my bag at all. I wasn't interested at all when I saw the trailer. I was like, I don't care about these friends cheating on or with each other. I'm like, I'm good. Don't care at all. Then finally, we have The Valet. This is a movie on Hulu with Samara Weaving and Eugenio Derbez. Say his name 5 times fast. Anyway.
Right.
He was most recently seen in the Overboard remake, as well as the TV show on Apple called, we started watching it. It was about, he owns a hotel as an adult and it goes back in time to when he was a childhood working at said hotel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We didn't draw us in, but yes.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah. So, movie star Olivia faces a PR disaster when a paparazzi snaps a photo of her with her married lover, Vincent. The hardworking valet Antonio accidentally appears in the same photo and is enlisted to pose as Olivia's new boyfriend as a cover-up. This actually looks really cute and maybe funny, so I might actually watch
it does sound kind of funny.
So
it's like,
it's probably like a 90-minute, whatever. So I probably will end up checking this out. So what we've been watching this week. So first up, we want to do movie reviews. We together went to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and The Northman.
Yes,
so we'd like to review those for you.
2 movies.
So first, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This stars Benedict Cumberbatch and Elizabeth Olsen. So I just want to tell you, we might get into some mini spoilers. So if you don't want to hear anything about Doctor Strange, please cut out now. I always put timestamps in the show notes so you can just skip right over this section if you don't want to hear anything about it. So just beware. So Doctor Strange. I did like this. It ended up being more, to my surprise, it felt like it mainly focused more on Wanda. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that was a surprise, which it was a good surprise only in that the trailer never gave that away.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
For as much as of a trailer that you saw, it really was good at hiding what exactly you were about to see. So, and unfortunately for those of you who didn't watch WandaVision, you honestly were probably very lost as to why she was doing these things and acting this way.
Yes, and I took your advice. I watched WandaVision, and it did make more sense. It definitely helped to watch it.
It really did. But Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda, she is such a good actress. I mean,
she really is. Yes,
she is so good at it. I felt the emotion. I mean, I felt bad for her. You were mad at her. I mean, all the things. She played it very, very well. But yeah, it did feel more like her story, and he was kind of the secondary character versus the other way around. Mm-hmm. Some things I didn't like about it was. I wish you would have seen more of the multiverse, being since that was kind of like the title of it.
Yes.
Like, I guess the only really part you got of it was that cool thing where when he grabbed onto was her name Echo?
Yes.
Okay. When he grabbed onto Echo and they kept going through the different universes quickly. But it was such a small part. But that was interesting watching them flip through these different. I just wish we had seen more of them than basically 3.
Right.
Universes. Than the one we saw. It was kind of like, what? And then it seemed really abrupt. It was like she couldn't figure out how to handle flipping through multiverses. But it was all of a sudden just one little talk from Doctor Strange. All of a sudden she realized what she had to do too.
Yeah.
That was a little abrupt. I thought it was a little weird, but it's like,
Yes,
okay.
this is true.
That was a little weird. And then the only other thing I could say I didn't like was that they had to make Wanda, the bad guy. I'm like, I got it, but I felt like in a way it just seemed like the way WandaVision ended. It seems like she
had redeemed herself.
Yeah, like she'd become aware of what she was doing was wrong, and then it was like, and I get it was supposed to be like, well, the dark hold has this like hold, but at the same, I don't know, I felt like so it was too big of a jump for me in terms of her doing that, but she was very good at it. Like I said, she's a good actress. That Illuminati part, I'll say, was one of the good parts for me.
Yeah,
because I like that they brought back Maria Rambeau as Captain Marvel, since she played Captain Marvel's BFF originally in the Captain Marvel movie. For those who didn't see it, I liked the change for Captain America to Captain's girlfriend. I was like, oh, okay, that's so crazy that they did that. It's like, okay, anyway, that was cool. I liked that they brought in Professor X. I thought was a neat thing from X-Men. I don't know who the dude in black was. And that's a character I've never seen before, so I'm not sure who he was supposed to be. And I thought it was really cool that they had John Krasinski playing Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four. So that was a cool little thing, because those are movies I actually did enjoy back in the day with like Jessica Alba and Ian Gruffudd was. Yes, Ian Gruffudd.
Well, and the audience liked it too, because
right when he appeared, it was like got the most like, oh my gosh,
yes,
claps and everything, and I was like, it's cool. It's not cool with the clap, but I mean, it was still like cool to see.
Yeah.
So sorry. What was your like favorite parts?
Well, so I'm not a huge Marvel fan. I mean, I love all the Avenger movies, but now all the splitting off of each character. I liked the first Doctor Strange better than this one, to be honest. This storyline. I feel like you that it focused a lot on Wanda, and I don't know. I mean, I love the special effects. I did love all that, but as far as the storyline, I just, and again, I'm not that huge, like, so much more about it. You've seen them all, and I haven't. So I was I was a little bit lost, but then, I think I got with the program. But to speak, to all those different parts, I don't know. It wasn't memorable to me, so. Sorry. And I liked it. I did like it. I just liked the first one better.
Yes, I agree. I did like the first one better. But it was.
And there wasn't that much as far as the universe went. Like you were saying.
More.
Yeah, because it was really cool.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
And the special effects were amazing.
Yeah,
and I love Cumberbatch. I love him. So
they were all good. So I'd say for me, I would rate this one. I would say 3.5.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna go with 3. So
okay, so 3.5.
Yep.
My half is because I am more up on things, and so I guess that's why I liked it a smidge bit more.
Yes.
And then we watched just last night, guys. We went and saw The Northman. This stars Alexander Skarsgård and Anna Taylor-Joy from our lovely show, The Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
Love her. And also Nicole Kidman. So this ended up being it's a little different than I was thinking.
Me too. This is not at all what I had in mind.
They threw a lot of mystical things in there I wasn't expecting.
Right? It was more paranormal.
With the witchcraft and the paranormal and the visions. I was like,
you're right.
Huh. Okay. And maybe it has to do with the time, which was like 85 AD, and then it flipped into, a few years later, and then a few years after that. So I don't know if it was the time period. Maybe certain things just seemed odd to me with like the different weird singing and stuff. I don't know. And it just kind of took me out of it for a minute when those little moments would happen.
It was not quite 3 hours, but I can tell you there were times where I'm like, what? I'm going to sit here for 3 hours for this? It was so graphic too, so brutal.
Yes, it was. Yes, if you guys are squeamish, it is very bloody.
And I thought the story would be different. For those of you who like the Viking movies and those types of things, this is very, very different. Nicole Kidman is always good. She's amazing. She's good. And the characters, they were good. I mean,
Yeah.
It is
Alexander
just...
was awesome in the lead.
Oh, very much so.
You know,
Looked good.
He looked awesome. I remember telling myself during, I'm like, he looks so much better than he ever did during his True Blood days. Let me just say, whether that's just because men, you know, unfortunately for us, age better as they get older. I don't know if it's that or whatever, but I was like, he looks a lot better than he did back then. But anyway, to me, I think he looked horrible back then. He looked great then, but I mean, he really does look better now. Anyway, great actor. He filled it this is like a role tailor made for him. Like seeing that, I thought that. So.
Oh yeah. But would I, you know, see it again? Probably not. When it ended, I don't know if you noticed, but everyone just sat there, like, huh?
I guess I didn't notice that. No.
The movie theater was just quiet, and we were just all, wow, huh? That was it. It was just like okay, it's over. Okay. Yeah. I saw it ended just fine. It ended probably how it was supposed to end.
Yes. But it wasn't uplifting at all, so don't be thinking that.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a feel good. Woo! Can't wait to, you know.
I went home and watched the YouTube video of Disneyland Joy.
Did you?
FYI, to get my head out of that space.
I just went and watched more of the staircase. So
well, there you go.
Which was still more uplifting than this one. Anyway, it was probably to me kind of like maybe the Viking movies / Game of Thrones / you know, all these gory kind of beheadings. It's like, I don't even know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just am not putting this into words as well.
Yeah. So it was just okay for me. It wasn't the greatest, and yes, like you, I wouldn't see it again. Maybe if it was ever on TBS.
Yeah. Be like, I remember that. You know what though? I do think if I were to see it again, like you said, if it were on TV, I think I would watch it again because I felt like I was kind of lost.
I did at times too, and I'm one that can usually follow things.
Oh yeah, you're good. The Tenant. Have you heard about that show? Yes. Rhonda caught it immediately. So for her to say she is
there was
confused.
Times I was like, what's going on? Yeah,
right.
I agree.
There was, you know, slavery. There was, you know, and I'm like, where'd they come from? Who were these slaves again? And
the
so
hallucinations I was like, that was hallucination. Like when he got the sword.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, oh, so you just dreamed that whole fight? Like, what?
Right.
Or hallucinated though? Anyways, things like that. It was confusing.
Yeah, so maybe if I watched it again, I would understand it better, but I'm not saying it was bad at all. I thought it was good. It was just not what I expected.
Right. Yes. So I would say for my rating, I'm going to have to just give it 2.5.
Oh.
Do my half thing.
That's harsh.
Wine corks.
Yeah. And I'd probably go 3.
Just 3?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that seems fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Anyway.
Okay, so as for what I've personally been watching this week, I did season 7 of Grace and Frankie.
Oh, you're so good.
And final season, Grace and Frankie, all done on Netflix. You guys, it actually did end well. I did appreciate how it ended. The season as a whole was seriously up and down. Like some episodes are, I guess it's to be expected, but some episodes are really good. Others are just like, that was stupid. Like just filler, fluff. They could have had less episodes and just made it a little tighter, but that's fine. There were just some episodes in there that weren't needed, that really advanced the story at all, and they weren't funny. So, but I did like it. I thought it had a really good end. You know, Frankie is still the funniest, her crazy antics. You know, Bud got a good ending. You know, the dad's got a semi-good ending. So, you know, Brianna got a interesting ending. I wouldn't say it was good or bad, but, you know, we like Brianna. She's the sarcastic sister, you know. Mallory, you know, she got a good ending. So, overall, I really enjoyed the season, and overall, the series was awesome. Like I said, I have to thank Linda and Rochelle forever getting me to watch it, because I was so anti for, you know, the first couple years. I'm like, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that. And in the end, you know, I finished it first.
You did, and I still have to finish it. But I think because they're only 30-minute episodes, I can just fly through it. And I love the show. I did.
So for season 7, I'm a 4 wine corker on this. It was
good.
Great. So please if you've never watched it, please start. And if you just need to watch season 7, yes, get her done. 'Cause I promise you'll. The ending's fine. You won't be pissed. It'll be fine. It'll be great. It'll be great. Then I watched the movie Senior Year on Netflix. This stars Rebel Wilson. So yes, we have a young Rebel. She is, a high school. She's a high school cheerleader, but they're from Australia, and so she becomes a high school cheerleader to be popular because she's new from Australia, and everyone makes fun of her, and so basically it just shows her what she does to get popular when she gets there. And then unfortunately, when she finally is about to go to her crowning achievement, which is to be senior prom queen, she ends up a very mean non-friend of hers talks these two ladies into getting out of the bottom of the pyramid at the wrong time. And she ends up falling, so she ends up in a coma for 20 years.
Oh my gosh!
So when she comes out, she doesn't realize she's 37, 37, and so and now she's full grown Rebel Wilson. So it was actually pretty funny. I was surprised. I thought this might be stupid, but actually the jokes in it were pretty good.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
It was pretty good. She was funny because she ends up going back to school because she's like, it's not fair. To me, it was just yesterday, and I want to graduate high school. I want to go to prom and do all these things that I didn't get to finish in my senior year. So she goes back to do all that, and it somehow ends up working. It's weird that she's there, but it still ends up working. Her, best friend in high school is now the high school principal.
Oh my gosh!
It's
that is awesome.
Right? Her the frenemy who helped cause her accident is now married to her her high school boyfriend, who is played by Justin Hartley from This Is Us, actually. So anyway, it's a cute way to spend, honestly, 90 minutes, folks. I would recommend watching it. So this I actually would give 3 wine corks to.
Oh, good. Yeah, I want to watch it.
Not the best, but it was still entertaining. And then finally, I watched season 2 of Made for Love on HBO Max. So as I talked about last year, this is a show that stars Christina Milioti. I never say her last name right. All right, I'm sorry, Christina Milioti and Billy Magnuson. And he's from, the spin-off of The Sopranos, I forgot what that was called. Anyway, so they are a married couple, but he is an eccentric billionaire. She escaped him in season 1 because basically they married after 2 dates, and she didn't realize how crazy he was. And he would never let her leave this compound that he'd built because he's this tech, billionaire, and he's nuts. So she ends up escaping back to her home life with her dad, played by Ray Romano, and his sex doll.
Oh my god!
That he insists she just call. I think the sex doll's name is Helen. He's treat her like she's a person, and that was actually the funniest thing. She's like, but she's not. You gotta pretend she is. She goes with me everywhere, hun. She goes with me everywhere. Just okay, whatever. Anyway, so season 2 picks up. I'll just say from where season 1 left off immediately, which is that she found out her dad has cancer, and she agrees to go back with Byron, her husband, if he can help cure it. So. She's back and Byron doesn't know. They end up refashioning his house in the compound, so he has no idea where he really is. He's drugged each day and taken for testing. It's hilarious. He gets knocked out each day. It's taken for testing to treat this cancer. Anyway, I really like it. It's a very quirky show. I know it's not for everyone. When I first started watching it, I was like, I don't know, but I ended up still getting sucked in. It is very quirky. It's weird. It's not funny. It's just one of those cute, like I said, shows. So I enjoy it. There's still 2 episodes left because, as you know, HBO Max releases weekly, but they do release 2 per week.
Yeah, so they do.
I'm all up to date. Tonight, I believe, is when the last 2 episodes drop. So I'll get to see the finale. I hope it ends on an okay note. Or I was actually surprised this came back because I hadn't heard of it even being renewed for season 2. So when I was like, oh, okay, season 2, great. I didn't realize it had been renewed for season 2.
Oh, wow.
So I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh, good. So you're happy about that.
So yes, I recommend watching season 1. If you have, please watch season 2 because it's been good so far and interesting.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome. Well, that sounds good. Yeah, I love the movies that you choose because we're so different, and not so different, but we like these different genres of movies. So you're the cutesies, and I'm like, bring on the gory, ugly, scary, creepy stuff.
Sure.
Speaking of gory, well, not gory, but scary, creepy, weird stuff. So I watched Old on HBO Max. How long has it been out now?
I feel like
because it was
last year.
It was released in theaters. Well, it's on HBO Max, and this is M. Night Shyamalan. Again, this guy, I like some of his stuff. Like I watched The Serpent Servant, not serpent.
I was like, oh, he made something about the serpent, too.
He could have. We don't know. But it's so freaking bizarre. Mm-hmm. And, of course, he has a cameo in it.
Of course,
which she usually does in all his movies.
Always.
But it was so weird. Like, they do show that they're on a beach and they're, getting old.
Right.
And the things that ensue, it's yeah. I was like, no, this one is not for me. No, I think I'm good. So I don't know, maybe other people liked it. I don't know how well it did, but I don't remember a lot about hearing about it, but this one I did not care for. So I'm going to go with maybe 2.5 stars, and I feel like I'm being generous, to be honest.
And I have to say, I was this movie I'd heard later. Is actually based off an old comic book, a French comic book.
Well, there you go. Sid, that's some great information.
So
it was
you
based
didn't think of it off the cuff.
Huh,
right?
Yeah.
You didn't think of it off the cuff, so to know there's a comic out there that is that off, but okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's just so bizarre, but of course he's drawn to things like that.
That's true.
And he is good at his directing, and I do like his shows, and I'll see them, but this one I did not care for so as much.
Gotcha.
It was very weird. So, and then I'm watching The Staircase on HBO Max as well. Okay. And it's dropping, I got to see 4 episodes, and now they know it doesn't drop again until next week. So,
of course, yes.
And there's also a documentary on this. That's the real documentary, and I'm wondering if it's the one, because I don't know for sure. It's on Netflix, and it's the real documentary. Well, in the movie, they are doing a documentary as it's playing out in real time. Mm-hmm. When she's found, his wife is found, and then just as he goes along in his daily life, all up until his court proceedings, and it's just, so I think I want to watch that too, because we all know how it ends. He's in jail, but it's just everything leading up to it, and you got to wonder, was it him? Right. I don't know. And then there's some other very significant information that comes out that you just kind of scratch your head and go,
Right.
Maybe he is guilty, but I don't know. It's kind of odd. So I've been watching that. I'll finish watching it when I can. And then I've been watching Shining Girls with Elizabeth Moss. Oh my gosh, I love the show. This is so creepy with different realities. It is, I know I've said it before, but it's getting even better. Okay. So I want to keep watching it, and then I don't want to watch it anymore because I want to wait till they all, till they're all out there. Mm-hmm. And, but definitely if you like these types of movies, I would definitely watch it. And she's so good in almost anything she does. She's really, really a great actress.
That's true.
Speaking of her, have we heard when our Handmaid's Tale will be released? Sorry, I digress.
They're still filming, so...
gosh, they just need to hurry.
Right?
Anyway. Well, and she just did this. She's doing this movie, so I wonder...
What movie?
Yeah, well...
Oh, you mean...
She's a busy girl.
Yeah. I assume this is what you're watching. That was already.
Oh, it's already been filmed. Yeah. So she's good. Yeah. But I do want to. One thing we didn't chat about was Ozark, the ending, because I texted you when you were on your vacation.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm like, no, I talked about that last week, or whatever week it was, the last time we had a podcast. But yes.
Yes, and I finished watching it, and you were correct. Mind blown. So.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for some, but I guess.
But it made complete sense, and I am okay with the ending. So
it's like, all right. And who knows? They may pick it up years later down the road. You just never know. It could happen. Maybe.
Yeah, it could. It could keep going for sure.
It could keep going a few years later. I guess we'll see. Now it's time for some movie trailer talk. So, first up, we have Avatar: The Way of Water. This will be in theaters December 15th and stars Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, and a newly inserted Kate Winslet. She wasn't in the first one.
Right? I've been waiting
So-
20 years for this.
Right? She really has, folks.
I really
This is
have.
her favorite thing.
I almost passed out when I saw the trailer.
Right? She was just wait. She was like, oh my gosh, sorry, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Anyway, of course, it didn't show. It's still the first one, so we show as little as possible. But it did look really good. The visuals, as usual, look great. Looks super good. It looks like they have kids now.
Yes.
So it's going to be all about protecting their family.
So Pandora makes it. Yay.
So, yes, it's all about protecting their family. Yeah, I'm not as into it as she is, and I went originally to the first one not wanting to go. I mean, a friend was like, please, and I'm like, okay, and I ended up liking it in the end, so that's good. So
I watched it in 3D with the 3D glasses.
Oh yeah, I think I did too.
Yeah,
I did too. That was cool.
It was cool because typically I didn't like them, and I was
Yeah.
like, I do not want to see this in 3D.
No.
And this one they did well.
I agree. So we're both for it. So please check it out. It was only available in front of that movie, but now everyone can see it. They just wanted to have an exclusivity for Doctor Strange moviegoers at first, but now anyone can go in and see it. And then lastly, we have this new movie called Bros. This will be in theaters September 30th and stars Billy Eichner, Luke McFarlane, which you guys, I've been a fan of Luke McFarlane since the Brothers and Sisters days. If you guys know that TV show that has Sally Field.
That was a good series.
Anyway, so he's in that, as well as Harvey Firestein of Hairspray fame. So, you guys, this looks hilarious. It's a comedy where Billy is basically, he's a gay gentleman who's, trying to find love. He's been asked to write some movie about love, and he's basically trying to come up, but they want the movie to be about, love that's not, offensive to straight people. I mean, it just looks super funny. I mean, it's going to be quite graphic.
Yes.
You can tell from the trailer. So, if you're comfortable with that, yes, you probably wouldn't want to watch it. I'm always on the fence. Sometimes it's okay. I remember watching something where I was honestly fascinated. I was, because I didn't know anything about, sorry to say this, how gay, sex works. And I was just honestly, it was just wow. And actually, sometimes it's good to know. So, I was just fascinated about it. Well, that's me. I like to learn more. So this looks like I might learn even more. And like I said,
it does look super funny. There are some super funny parts, and there's also some pretty graphic parts.
Right? So hey,
which would be graphic in any sense of the word. It. Whether you're gay, straight, bi, blah, whatever, whatever you are.
Did you guys know that there's a Bisexual Awareness Day? Because in that trailer we learned that. I did not know that. So.
Well, and lesbians get their own month.
Right, lesbians get their own month. So.
Yeah, it looks pretty funny. Check out the trailer.
Yes, check it and let us know what you think.
Well, that is all the time we have for today. I mean, we covered quite a bit.
We did.
So we appreciate you guys, and thanks so much for listening. We always have fun, and we hope you enjoy it as well. Please give us a review or comment. It really does help us out, and we kind of know what to change up or not to change. And you can also follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys.